Just a reminder, please take what resonates and leave the rest. If you guys are watching this after the fact, everything will be timestamped down below. Please make sure you guys are liking this video, comment, subscribing. Today we're going to be doing love messages. So we'll start with Capricorn. Capricorn, your energy feels like, I don't know, somebody is trying to be like put together. So maybe you're trying to be put together where your person is, where it's like a new experience I'm feeling. Where maybe like in past relationships, it was very chaotic. It was very, not just, yeah, toxic, I guess would be a word, where it was just like, there was no communication. Like it was always met with, if you had a concern about something, it was just like, why are you overreacting? You're overreacting, you're very emotional, like very manipulative. And like, yeah, the person was projecting, like it was like it was just unhealthy, right? It was kind of an unhealthy relationship. Hey, Marcus, I wonder, did I forget to, I think it was supposed to be 24 hours. If not, that's okay. It'll be fine. So you have that relationship in the past, and like now it's like you guys are like, I don't mature, we're like grown up, where it's very much like a different kind of vibe. Yeah, like this person puts you first, they listen to your needs, they see you as like, they're very empathetic, right? Like they can see where you're coming from. They wouldn't want to make you feel like you're less than, or like you're overreacting for having an opinion or having a view, or like having feelings, right? I feel like that's like a really big thing. People would like give you a hard time for having feelings. Let's see here. I think this is like past situationships. This is definitely, yeah. And I feel like this person now from your past is still kind of in your life here. And they see, like, I think it's very easy to kind of see like when someone doesn't want you, or when somebody treats you like shit, to be like, oh, what's wrong with me? Like, why do they treat me like this? Is there something wrong with me? When really, when people treat you like shit, it's because there's something wrong with them, right? Like they haven't done the inner work to like be okay. They haven't healed enough, right? So I think this person, I don't know if you're in a new relationship now, maybe this is like a past energy. So somebody from your past is coming in, and just like seeing you happy with somebody else, right? Because it's just like, why couldn't it have been with you? Like, or they feel like they're missing out on an opportunity, and they're like wondering, oh, it's kind of funny. It's like, the roles are reversed now. Like, you know, maybe in the relationship in the beginning, you were like, why is this person doing this to me? And then now they're thinking, like, they see you happy with somebody else, and they're like, why couldn't I be happy with them? Like, so now they're thinking, is there actually something wrong with them? Because for some reason, they thought you were the problem. They thought, okay, Capricorn's never going to get it together. Like, it's clearly a pattern. But they see you now. They have it like that. You have it together. And so now they're like, oh, was it me? Was it actually really me? And you're making this person do like some inner work. Yeah, you trigger this person. I think this person would actually kind of like it better if you if you weren't happy, if you weren't in a relationship, because then it would be like, oh, I know it's not me. It's definitely Capricorn. Which in itself, this person is still very unhealed, because why are they still keeping keeping tabs on their ex, right? Like that's a very kind of toxic thing to do when like you want to compare yourself to other situations, instead of like maybe doing the inner work, realizing where you went wrong, and then moving on, right? Like, oops, yeah, 3 of Swords energy here. This person, will they ever learn? Eventually, yeah. I don't know if this person just doesn't know how to handle emotions, right? Like maybe they grew up in a household where like emotions wasn't really talked about. I'm not justifying it. I'm just explaining it, right? It doesn't make it right. We have 5 of Coins. Yeah, this person, they do wish they would have treated you better. They wish that they could have been more open with you, more, the relationship you have now with this person, this new person, they wish they could have had it with you. They wanted to be that person. Five of Cups. Yeah. I think this was a very necessary change. Everything that's happened, it was meant to happen because like you were meant to experience this new love, and that you know that you're not too much, because that's coming through, like you're not too much. I think this person needed to see that it's okay to have feelings. I don't know why people are afraid to have feelings. It's a very natural thing. And maybe they'll experience that with somebody else. Let's see. I'll get one or two cards on what are their thoughts. What are Capricorn's person's thoughts? I don't really feel like it's fair. I feel like this person is very selfish, Capricorn, because this is a reading, a love message meant for you, and then they're over here pulling on your energy. You're not even with them anymore, so I feel like this person is just very selfish. That's all I'll say on that part. This person, they're still attached to you. They haven't let you go. I don't think they want to. Yeah, they want to make things right, and like you still have their heart. But I personally feel like you're done with this person. Yeah. I wish I said things differently, because the way that this person was, it's like, damn, there is a way to say things, right? Like not everybody, there's just a way to say things, and this person was just always so diminishing of your feelings. And that's coming through strongly. So like maybe now you're able to express yourself, and that's a really good thing. So let me pull on, let's pull on your future energy right now. I feel like it's a very nice energy. We might not have to do that, but can we get one card here for Capricorn's future energy? We have the Justice card. You're literally this person's karma. And I think it goes both ways. Like, I think this person that you're in a relationship now, it's like both of you guys are meant for each other. Like, you guys bring out the best in each other. And I'm not saying it's a perfect relationship. There's no such thing as perfect, but it's definitely more of an understanding relationship where like, you guys can communicate more easily. Okay, next let's do Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, what do we have here for you guys? Oops. Okay, Aquarius, unfortunately, there is somebody here who's like ego is like, I think you walked away from this person, or this person walked away from you. You guys are in separation from them. So it's another person pulling on your past energy. This person kind of has like a big ego. I don't think this person has a big ego. I think this person has like a little ego in the way where it's like they're maybe it's pride. Maybe it's like they know they messed up, but they don't want to come into your life. Like they don't want to apologize for some reason. And it's because it could be fear. Like maybe they feel like you're not interested in them anymore. Like you're gonna reject them. This person still thinks about you a lot. Like you're always on their mind rent free. I don't know why. They feel like you're over them. Like you don't want you don't want to be with them anymore. I'm not saying that you said that. Maybe you did say that, and like they're just taking you at your word, right? Because we should say what we feel, right? I think you basically told this person how you feel. But that's coming through as a no. Like there is something here. Like the separation is killing me. This person, I don't know if this was like a brief encounter, but there is like a strong connection here. So let's clarify. With the World card here, I think this person, they can't get you out of their mind, right? I think that this person was in a toxic situation and they had to move away. Maybe that's why it didn't work out. We do have the Hermit. Like this person could be healing. This is funny. This person might feel like you have a lot of options. Seven of Cups with the with the World card here. Like maybe you're known, maybe like you have a lot of eyes on you, but it is like where this person feels like you have too many options, and like they're scared, like their ego like won't let them come to you because they're afraid of rejection. But they do want a new beginning here. I think that once this person with the Three of Swords, okay, this person is going through like their own dark night of the soul. Like they are going through it. Because I do feel like they were in a toxic situation with the Three of Swords here. I think they're getting over it. With like they're growing from it. They're learning from it. They're not letting it be like their demise. Like, you know how like when some people like they leave a toxic relationship, it just like turns them more toxic. I think this person doesn't want that to happen. So like they're actually actively healing or learning to heal. Anything else here? Queen of Wands. This person, I feel like this person thinks very highly of you. I don't think this person realizes that you are their karma in a way. Like, I think this is a cycle that needs to be completed. You guys came down here for a reason. I also feel like this person could be going through like legal issues as well. This person has a lot going on. Yeah, Justice came out. They do have a lot going on that they don't really want to share with you. This person very much like believes in like their image or like how a person should be. And so they're not willing to like, they don't feel like they're complete. Like they can offer you whatever it is that they want. They don't feel like they can be how they would want to be in a relationship. And that's why they're not coming to you right now. So there's just a lot of factors coming into play here. Yeah, this person feels stuck or like there's not. I think maybe they feel stuck, but I don't think this person is stuck. I think this person is actually really doing the inner work, or like, you know, because there is ways to avoid working on yourself, right? And that's like, especially if this person just got out of a toxic relationship and they moved right on to another relationship without healing or doing the inner work. I think this person isn't really doing that. They're taking their time. I think that this person thinks that you came into their life for a reason. Yeah, with the High Priestess here. There's some doubt. I'm not going to say this person's 100% sure that you came into their life for the reason. I think deep down, they know that. I think they struggle a lot. I think this person might be having an identity crisis, right? They're trying to figure out who they really are, maybe identifying childhood wounds and like, why is it that they act the way that they act, and working on that. So I think that is what this person is doing. Let's pull some cards on what they wish they could say to you. Yeah, I'm learning what unconditional love is, and I feel your energy. I think you guys are connected spiritually, and I'm breaking old patterns. That's literally what I said. Okay, Aquarius, I think that's it for you guys. Let's move on to Pisces. I know it can be very frustrating to wait for somebody, or like to like wait for divine timing, but sometimes that's all you can really do. Pisces is next. Okay, Pisces. Pisces, there's something here or somebody here who has like a hard time speaking up. Maybe it's you, maybe it's them, but it's just like there is something like that's like kind of caught in my throat, where it might be hard for you to speak on something, or like maybe it's somebody, this is something hard for somebody else to speak on. I think maybe somebody's finding their voice. Okay, but you guys could be dealing with a Taurus, or Taurus season could be significant. But there is, I walked away because that's what's best, not because I don't love you. So somebody does have feelings for you. They do, They feel like you guys have unfinished business. This person sees you as someone who's like very compassionate, very loving, very like kind, considerate, like an overall good person, right? I think maybe this person had some stuff like going on in their own life that they really couldn't talk to anybody about. They could just be like embarrassed. They could be, embarrassed is coming through very strongly. Like sometimes we don't, typically when we're in relationships, like when we're talking, we're dating people, like we should be able to open up and like let them in. I don't feel like this person is very much like they're capable of doing that. I think this person is used to like solving their problems by themselves. Maybe they don't want to be looked at as less than. And to be fair, there probably are people out there who will look down on maybe the problems that they have, right? But it does get to a point where like if you are in a relationship, especially a long-term relationship, like you're supposed to be able to open up to your partner and let them in on like your insecurities and stuff like that, because that's what a relationship is, right? When you're in a relationship with someone and you can't be vulnerable with them, it's like you're hiding a part of yourself. And it's just like, aren't you in a relationship because you can be free? Like, don't you want to be free all the time? I think this person just has like a twisted way of viewing things a little bit. I'm not saying my way is the right way, like, well, the only right way. I think that it's kind of like a warp, like this person just has like a warped sense of what a relationship should be, because maybe that's just like the environment they grew up in. Like maybe the relationship, like the relationships they saw in their lives, like their parents or aunts and uncles, like it was very much like you have to hold it together, you can't be weak, something like that, right? This person feels like this person could have also been in a relationship in the past where they were judged. Like I said, like there were people in their life that made them feel like, why don't you have your shit together? Like this is embarrassing. You should be embarrassed. And like made them feel very weak, very dehumanized, like, you know, no compassion, no understanding. And that's why this person really just like appreciates you and like everything that you provide in this relationship. Provided. I don't think you guys are currently talking to them. Like, because they say like, I wish I met you sooner, meaning like they wish that if you would have, like, they would have met you before this person, and that way maybe they wouldn't have this like this warped sense of what a relationship should be. So I think maybe this person is still kind of healing from that, because it is very much like, it is a toxic way of viewing things. But at the same time, like we came down here for a reason, and it's because to like overcome these things, right? Like to know when like somebody is actually manipulating us and like treating us like, when somebody says something like that, our first sign should be like, okay, red flag on the plate, like that's not right, right? But like if we're young, we're like, we don't know any better, we're like, we're easily manipulated, we can take that to mean truth, and like it's something that we do have to work on, because the next time somebody else does say that to us, we know it's not right and that there's something wrong with this person. There's nothing wrong with you. But okay, let's clarify. Is there anything else to clarify? I feel like I talked for like 5 minutes straight there. Can we clarify this here for Pisces? This person gets like, whenever like they think about you, I feel like this person gets very hot. I think maybe also too, like you call this person out on their shit, and it's just like in a very logical way and a very like helpful way. Like you just want to find a resolution. Oh, okay. We do have a new beginning coming in here very soon. Sooner than you would think. I think this person wishes that they, like, if you would have came into their life sooner, then they would have realized that everything that they went through in the past was so, I hate to say unnecessary, because we go through these things for a reason, but this person views it as unnecessary. They view it as like, oh, if I would have met Pisces first, my life would have been perfect. I could have done this, I could have done that. And I think that's romanticizing things a little bit, because I don't think this person realizes that you've probably also been through some shit too, where like you had to learn these lessons, and so it's just like a natural cycle of things. Anything else here? No. Let me skip. This person does see a future with you. Do you see a future with them? I think you do. Yeah, I think you do. Well, you want to. Can we get a card or two about Pisces person's thoughts? We have, I wonder if the universe is guiding us, and I'm still learning how to open my heart. 30 and 32 could be significant. We also have 13 here. And I think about you more than I admit. Like, this person, they do feel like you came into their life for a reason. There is a little bit of like, they feel ashamed because what happened? I guess it's going to be different for everybody, but what happened here with this connection? Well, they walked away. I think this person knew that they were not healed enough to be with you, but they do want to come back in here with like a new offer. Scorpio season could be significant. Okay, Pisces, that's it for you guys. Next, we have Aries. Aries, I feel like you guys are going through a dark night of, hold on, let me write this down. There's definitely like a dark night of the soul happening here. Like, you guys are doing a lot of shadow work, a lot of like breath work is coming. So like, maybe if you, especially if you guys like have, I don't want to say anger issues, but maybe anger issues. Like, you guys are learning to like take a deep breath and realize that not everything is that serious or it's that deep. I do want to say, like, I don't want to diminish anything that you guys have gone through, Aries. You guys probably have gone through some shit. Like, I can feel that. But I think you guys are like, you don't want that to define you anymore. Like, you want something new. Like, you want to, yeah, create something new, create a new, like, I don't want to say persona, but it's just like, you don't want to let your trauma define you. Because to be fair, we all have trauma. It's how we like present it, or like how, like, you can either be very bitter about it, or like you can like use that as empathy, right? Because you know what somebody else is going through because you've been there. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of back and forth here. Yeah, okay, so I think there is something that you guys are walking away from, because it says it's time for me to move on. Sorry, I think this is a past energy. And then you have somebody here who like wants to be so much for you. Like, they want to be like a provider, like they want to like be your safe space. They want to feel like home. 222 like on the clock right now, where it's like this is a partnership. I think there is like this thing where in the past, like, you guys have been like played with, like maybe mind games, maybe gaslighting. And I think you guys have had like dealt with like somebody who is very childish, very manipulative. And then you have like this one, like, see, it's very hard. Like, if you're not fully healed and like you have somebody good come into your life, you can sabotage it by still, you know, dealing with those issues from the past, right? Like, you know, you haven't fully let it go. Have you guys let go? Some of you guys have. Let's see. It's not fair to make somebody pay for actions or consequences that they did not do, right? And so just be careful. Like, if you're not ready to, like, okay, somebody hurt you in the past or somebody cheated on you in the past, that doesn't give you the right to the next person, oh, well, my ex cheated on me, so you're gonna cheat on me, so I'm just gonna act crazy. Like, I'm gonna go through your phone, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, because that's not breaking the curse, right? That's just moving it on, passing it down, making trauma for the next person that didn't do nothing. And that also, like, how can I don't think that you get, yeah, cheating is like, it's really coming through. All I'm saying is, like, when somebody cheats, it has nothing to do with you, the person who got cheated on. It has everything to do with the person that cheated, because they are the ones that needed validation. They are the ones who could not end it with you. If they did not want to be with you anymore and they wanted somebody else, they should have ended that relationship and then moved on to the next one. But they did not have the backbone. They did not have the righteousness to do that, right? They were very selfish, and they did whatever it is that they wanted to do. And so once you realize that and you move on to the next, like, I can understand always being heartbroken if it's a constant happening. And then in that case, there might be just like some therapy that needs to be had. But let's clarify this here. 9 of Swords. I also want to say, use your discernment here, Aries. Like, you'll know, like, you'll have like a tingling, like, if like your sixth sense is tingling and you feel like something isn't right, bring it to that person's attention calmly, right? And if you don't trust them, don't be with them. You can walk away as well. You don't have to wait for this person to walk away from you. Because what's the point of being in a relationship that you don't trust the person? I think there is like this little bit of like, because this new person that's come into your life, I do feel like there is a lot of sexual attraction here. And so maybe you're just like getting lost in it a little bit, where it's like you're not really sure if like this is, if it's only physical, or if there could be like an emotional connection as well. Are you scared to let this person in? What? Ace of Swords, yeah. There is just like this little bit of fear if like you let this person in, like, or if you open up about, I don't even want to say open up about your traumas, because obviously share the things that you've gone through with people, like, so that they can understand where you're coming from. But I do feel like it is our duty to heal from these things before we enter a new relationship. But there is just like, there is like this truth where it's like maybe a little bit deep down you feel like if you do open up to this person, they're just not gonna like you anymore. Like they're not going to view you in the same light. Maybe if you feel like you open up about your traumas, they're gonna feel like, oh, well, this person cheated on this person, so I'm just gonna cheat on this person. There's kind of like this irrational fear. I don't know if this is your energy or your partner's energy, but there is that energy lingering. Anything else here? We have the Tower. I think that the Tower is this energy from the past where like you do have to let it go and you have to like learn and grow from it. Let's see what your partner, I think we'll pull for your new partner, what they think about you. I do feel like this person thinks very highly of you. They like hanging out with you. They see you as like someone that, it's like a new, I think this is like a very new love, a young love. I think that this person has a lot of fun with you. Can we get a card? Oh, that's a lot. We have you deserve honesty and you deserve consistency. I think this person, they love to hear you laugh. They love to like, they want to be truthful with you. I think they want you to be truthful with them too. And being truthful does not give you, I don't know why I'm saying this, but does not give you an excuse to like be crazy. Like, oh, that's all I'm going to say. I don't know if that, okay. Okay, next let's move on to Taurus. Taurus, there is definitely like this energy of like you guys being patient. Taking your time, waiting for something. I don't know if you're waiting for love, you're waiting for the right one. I see you just like sitting in your chair, just like, okay, you'll know when the right one comes along. You're not rushing anything. Oops. You guys have somebody here who's definitely in your energy. I don't think they want you to know that they're in your energy. So I think, I don't know if you you guys walked away from each other, right? This person still cannot get, like, I think you know that this person is going to come back into your life. Oh, this is so interesting. I think that the reason why you're so calm and you're just waiting is because, like, you know who your person is. And so you're just waiting for them to kind of realize it, or like to break free of a toxic situation. I think that this person is with somebody out of convenience, but they don't really love them. And so the person could have like a child with them, or yeah, I do have a child. They do have a child with them. I don't feel like they're even intimate anymore. So I don't know if like this person lives in the same house as them still, like as with their baby mama or their baby daddy. Like they might still live with them, but they're not intimate anymore. They just like are there solely for like the kids. And I think that you are like waiting. You're just sitting there waiting for this person to realize that that you're the one for them. And I think, I don't know if like you guys had dreams about this person, or like you just know that this is your person, because it's just like a calmness where it's like, you know that this person is your person. Also too, it's like you're not dating other people. You don't want anybody else. And I think this person is the same way. I don't feel like this person is like, they can be intimate with other people because they always think about you. Wow, if this is like a true connection. This person, I don't know if they think that you're waiting for them. Let's see. I think that this person feels like you have options as well. I don't think you want to settle though. I think that what's the point of settling for something that you know isn't going to work out, or like for something that isn't meant for you, when you can just be patient and save yourself heartbreak and heartache with dealing with somebody else and their energy and whatever they got going on. It's much more so you would rather wait for this person to figure out what they got going on and just like happily live your life. That's why you get, because there is such a calmness to this energy where you're like, okay, all right. And it's like this person is going through it. It's like complete opposites. Like this person is in chaos, right? Because of the decisions they made. And you're sitting here like, I'm not going to create another soul tie with somebody else because I'm feeling lonely, waiting for my person to get over whatever they got going on. Can we clarify it? Yeah, this is you guys. This is your energy. Like you're willing to wait. 9 of Coins. Patiently. That keeps coming through. Patiently. There is a little bit like this person kind of feels like, why are you willing to wait for me? Maybe they don't feel like it's worth it, because maybe in that situation they would never wait. Like they're not waiting for anybody. But see what happened? Because this person didn't wait, right? Like they just hopped into like the next relationship, and now they're dealing with this drama, like where they could have been patiently waiting for you, and then you would have been together. Like, you know what I mean? It would have been less drama. Hi, Lion. Oh, what is this? I think this person is kind of realizing now that it does take work to like be in the kind of energy that you are into, because it's not easy. I think you guys have been waiting for this person for a very long time, right? It's not something that's been like a couple of days. It could be even years. It's just a very long time. And I think that this person thinks that you have it easy, when really you do have work. Like you are working at being alone. It's not, being alone isn't necessarily easy all the time, right? And this person just has like other work too. Like maybe they need to learn to stand up for themselves. What does this person need to work on? Ending things. They need to end things. The Tower, literally, and it landed on baby mama, baby daddy dramas. Like they need to end things with them. Some people are very good at letting life happen to them. They're just like, okay, they don't take you ask them if they want to eat, okay, but they're not going to go and make food for themselves, right? So it's very much like this, like I think like this, their spouse right now attached to them, and they didn't say no. They're just like, okay, fine, I have nothing else going on. Use your brain. Anything else here? The Lovers, which is again a choice. Like this person needs to make a choice. But this person does see you, like they feel like you make them a better person, but I think they're struggling internally. I don't know if like this person is like a people pleaser, where like they can't say no to somebody. Maybe they also just like don't like the thought of being alone. This could also just be like a plan thing, like with the Hierophant, where like they felt like this is what they were supposed to do. It'll be different for everyone. Let's see, let me pull some cards for thoughts from your person. We have, my heart chooses you and I feel guilty. Which is how I feel like this person's heart is with you, but they don't know how to get to you. Because of, I also kind of feel like this third party that they're in, like this other situation, is very good at like getting whatever they want. And so like if this person would like to try to walk away, like they could like maybe manipulate them into staying, especially if there are children involved, to be like, what about the kids? Which understandably, right? Like who wants to raise children by themselves? But at the same time, I feel like this person knew that this wasn't their person, and they forced a child on them. And a child does not fix anything. Okay, Taurus, good luck to you guys. Next we have Gemini. Gemini, there is somebody here. I don't know if this is your energy or your person's energy, where like I feel like they've been drinking or like hiding their pain. They're not really expressing it. I don't know if they're like telling you they're talking to other people, like you feel like they're talking to other people. I don't think they are. I think they might like, maybe they'll text them or talk to them on the phone, but like I don't think you're with this person, and so they are maybe they cheated in the past. This person, Gemini, okay, I think if there are other people, they're just using them as a placeholder because you don't want to be with them. This person cannot be alone. I know it says I like being alone, but they can't. They don't know how to. And I think it's because you created this life with this person and they kind of got used to it. And so now it's like they don't want to go back to how things were. How can I say? This person, I feel like they have a problem admitting their mistakes, where they can't really, it's not an equal give and take. Like I think this person is very, I don't know if they're a Libra because it's giving a Libra, but they can only see what they do for you. They can never see what you do for them. And so when that's like that situation, it's like, it's never going to be fair because they're only thinking about themselves. That's a very selfish mentality, right? But yet still this person does admire you. They do look up to you. This person, it's like they have a lot going on. Let's see. We have you are the only one and then cheater. I think this person has done something in the past where they made you feel like they weren't the only one. Like you weren't the only one. They could have been talking to somebody. They could have been texting. Maybe it was just an emotional affair, but it's still an affair, right? At the end of the day. Now they're trying to convince you that it wasn't anything that serious. It wasn't that deep. I think cheating is like literally a series of choices. Right? Like it doesn't happen once. Like you have to make the decision multiple times. And so for them to like, I feel like they can't kind of even downplay it, where it's like, it only happened that one time. No, a one time over a multitude of months, of days. It's a constant decision. It's because they want you to just like forget it and to move on. We have the Empress. This person doesn't know how to like be emotionally available. They don't know. They have to work on themselves in order to. Do you still want to give this connection a try? I think you're willing to forgive this person. I think if this person was like to grow and to like apologize, because like we do have financial problems that came up too. So like this person could have financial problems. Financial problems like stems from like a multitude of things, right? Where if you have, especially addictions, like if you have addictions, your money, it will probably be gone most of the time, because you're not paying attention, you're not regulated, your mind and your body are not in the same frequency, right? I think this person sees you as like someone who is like, I don't know if you're like you're really good with money. I think you guys are Gemini, or like you come from money. I don't know why that's coming like that, but the Fool card. This person wants a new beginning here. And the Hangman, which is Pisces energy. This person is just kind of lost, Gemini, at the end of the day. And you can't guide someone who's lost. They have to find the way. They have to find the way themselves. Sometimes we can think that we're helping people by like, giving them a helping hand or whatever. And like, yeah, sometimes that is the case. But you can only really do that once, right? Like when you keep on doing it, you're just enabling this person. And I think you know that. I know it sucks to like cut somebody out, especially someone you love, because I do feel like you do love this person. This person's gonna come in with an offer. I don't think you should take it with the devil card at the end. I don't think this person is healed enough to actually take accountability for what it is that the problems that they created. Anything else? 8 of Wands. Yeah, I feel like really soon, like in the next couple of weeks, maybe days, this person is going to come in with an offer. I don't think you're going to, maybe they're going to come in with an offer and ask like, hey, like, I'll give you the passwords to my phone. I'll let you like handle the finances. I'll let you do this. I'll let you do that. But it's not really solving the problem. This person needs to be able to do these things by themselves, for themselves, right? So you, like, them giving you control is really giving you more work, right? Like, okay, you're better at money, just handle the finances. And while it's not solving like the problem of why is it you're so bad with money. Okay, I'm moving on, Gemini. Good luck to you guys. I also feel like, Gemini, like you guys have been asking this person to take over the finances, or like to take over like their phones or whatever. Like you've been asking for them, and like they're really only doing this just to like kind of shut you up in a way. And it's just not authentic. It's not genuine. Okay, Cancer. Okay, we're halfway there. Cancer, you guys are silent about something. You guys might not be telling somebody your plans about a relationship. You guys could be keeping it to yourself. Gemini, ooh, that's like back and forth here, like. Oh my gosh. I don't know if like you're confused in this situation. Hi. But there is definitely like, okay, this back and forth, like maybe you're not sure if you really want to be with this person or not. Maybe it's just, I don't think this person is like giving you the energy that you want, the energy that you feel like you deserve, which you know, deserve. What is it? Let's clarify. Someone here just doesn't feel good. Like maybe your person doesn't feel good enough to be with you. They don't feel like if they, like your family would like them. They don't feel like, it's like this person has like a lot of doubts in their heads where, so if like this person like pulls back from you, it's because they feel less than. So that's kind of what's happening. Yeah, this person could have like financial problems, money problems. You could have, like, they could have ghosted you. When people ghost, it's just because it's for a lot of reasons, but a lot of times it's because they don't like confrontation. They're very passive. So like this person could just be very passive. Let's see. Can we clarify this here? I mean, you can't force someone to be the person that you want them to be at the end of the day, right? Yeah, 6 of Cups. This person, I feel like, has like childhood trauma or like things that they've carried with them throughout their life that they're not quite ready to deal with. 5 of Cups, yeah. 5 to the 6. This person is very emotional, and I think they keep it to themselves. Like they don't allow themselves to like speak how they feel. They keep it all to themselves, and like that causes like a lot of sickness within them. I don't know if this person gets sick a lot. Damn. I feel for this person. Not Capricorn. They could be a Capricorn. Cancer. This person has gone through a lot of like pain and like chaos and heartache, and it's like they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to express it, so they just run away. Yeah, I didn't mean to hurt you. When they ghosted, it's just because they're protecting themselves. Like maybe they really did like you and they felt like they weren't good enough. Like your family wouldn't like them, your friends wouldn't like them. Hell, they might have even thought you wouldn't like them, right? It's like they self-sabotage this connection. King of Wands here. Yeah, they see you as like, they think so highly of you, Cancer, where it's they don't know how they could ever match up. Like, why would you pick them? It doesn't make sense to them, right? Like, in their head, in their logic, they're just like, this is an uneven connection. I'm just gonna walk away before Cancer leaves me. Instead of, like, you know, doing the inner work and like realizing, hey, there might be a reason why Cancer likes me, and like maybe doing the inner work and like working on their self-worth, self-value, self-love, right? 10 of Wands. I think they are going through this now. I think they are starting to wake up and realize that, starting to see what you saw in them, right? This person had to like end something. Maybe they were in a toxic relationship. Could have been even with their family. Like, there was some toxicity happening around here. I think this person is afraid to talk to you. I think like when they get kind of nervous thinking about you. But I don't, is this connection over? Let me see. No, it's not quite over. I think it's like temporary. Yeah, there is an offer coming in. You guys could be running into them like super like randomly, or like maybe they're gonna hit you up, or maybe you'll hit them up. Maybe they're gonna apologize for what they did to you. Are they gonna apologize? Yeah, they're gonna apologize, but there is something like being hidden here for me, where like they're not telling me like if they're gonna call you, or like if you're just gonna run into them randomly. I guess it's gonna be different for everybody, but I don't feel like this connection is over. Anything else here? Yeah, this person is healing, and I feel like once they heal, they're gonna come back in here, and I feel like they're gonna sell you to themselves. Like, they're gonna be like, hey, listen, I'm so sorry I treated you wrong like this, but they're gonna try to make it up to you in a way where it's like they're selling themselves and like advertising themselves. I don't know how to say that. I guess that's just called dating, right? Yeah. Okay, that's it, Cancers. Oh, let me get one. We'll get a card here. What are their thoughts? You have, you taught me what love feels like. I think that this person, and then I can't ignore this connection. I think that it was kind of like a wake-up call to like, why couldn't they accept the love that you were trying to offer to them? And it made them kind of realize that they do deserve more, and that they can be better, and that they deserve better. Okay. Okay. Next we have Leo. Leo, I'm feeling chaos, where I'm hearing chaos. Are you feeling comfortable in the chaos? A little bit. Sometimes, Leo, we can confuse chaos with caring. Where it's like, if I walk away, like, or if you walk away from somebody, and they chase you, that means that they love you, like they actually really want you. So it's something like that. When really a healthy dynamic where it's like, yeah, you know, we should fight for the people we love, but in a especially very early on in the relationship, if that it is very kind of toxic. It's giving that runner chaser dynamic, where if you are healed, you wouldn't expect someone to chase you. You would want someone to choose you the same way that you choose them. Because there has to be that equalness there. Uh-oh. I don't know if this person has kids, but there was definitely a third-party interference where like I don't know if like they used the kids against them, or like they said something that you did something to their kids or something like that. It wasn't true. It was not true. If this person hasn't realized it, they're gonna realize it. I think that they are dealing with like a toxic third party where, I don't know, maybe they lied on you. They said, oh, you did something to their kids, and it just wasn't true. And it's just because that this third party didn't want you to be happy. They still want, or didn't want them to be happy. That's kind of confusing. So I don't know if you guys have children with this person, but somebody did lie where they're like, to make you not want to be with somebody. Or the other way around. Damn. There's a lot of people in this situation. There is. Can we clarify this here? I don't know if like someone is trying to tell you like you shouldn't be dating, or like you shouldn't be doing something because of the children. Like you should be focusing on your child. You shouldn't be dating, blah, blah, blah. Don't listen to them. It's just because they're jealous. They don't want anybody else to be with you. There is like this interference here too, where, I don't know, just be careful who you believe. But I don't even think you believe them. I think maybe I think that your partner believes somebody else. It's so confusing. Can we clarify this here? This person does feel sorry for like believing them. Like they need to realize that they need to think for themselves. Obviously protect the children at all costs. But I think sometimes we have to like think about other people's like behaviors and patterns, and like if they match up, right? I think this person is just like very good at manipulating people into believing them. Yeah, they're very good at that. Very good. Is this... You guys could be finding yourself again. There could have been like mindsets that you thought you had to have, like children are coming through very strongly. So I don't know why, but maybe you thought you had to be a certain type of parent in order to like, obviously there are people out there who put their children first, right? Children should come first because they did not ask to be here. But it gets to the point where like you are still supposed to have an identity outside of yourself. I'm kind of getting this thing where like sometimes people can use children as an excuse. At the same time, like if you don't want to be like dating, you don't have to be dating. I don't think you would be in this reading if you weren't looking for dating advice. We're doing love readings, right? Obviously it's very much okay to be by yourself and to just focus raising your children. But I do feel like, I don't know if like you're using that as an excuse to like not get your heart broken again. That's also coming through. Yeah, with the Four of Swords here. And that's fine. If you guys aren't ready to be in a relationship or to like take it to the next level, because there are two extremes to this, right? Where like you are always like, you don't want to be in another relationship because you are so traumatized and you haven't healed and you just would rather focus raising your kids. And then there is like the extreme where it's like you always are dating or you're trying to be in a relationship because you don't want to be alone. And that goes with children or without children. So it's just maybe with judgment here, like to sit and think about what it is that you actually want. Anything else here? The Tower. Oh, I kind of like the Tower here because it landed on the Four of Swords, which is like there is an ending coming here to your solitude. Which, and maybe in the next 1 to 3 months, you guys could be meeting somebody. Yeah. Is that it? I think that's it, Leo. I think that's going to be it for you guys. Okay, next we have Virgo. Virgo, what's going on here? Actually, Virgo, we're going to use a different deck for you. Just to switch it up. You guys could be wanting change. There's on the bottom of the deck is, I thought I could change you, but I was wrong. You can't change anybody. Can we clarify this here? I mean, can we get messages? There, even the Black Santa Claus, like that's a change, right? There is just something here about a change. Maybe the way that you think about a situation or about a relationship is like you're changing your mindset, your views. Interesting. Like maybe how like you feel like a family should be, like how you raise a family, what you actually really want. 17, 47, and 72 can be confirmations for you guys. Oh, yeah. I think you guys are kind of realizing that whatever it is that you were sold into, like the mindset that you were sold into is a lie, like where it's a trap. Maybe like not everybody's meant to have a family. Not everybody's going to be a parent, and not everybody's going to be married, right? Like sometimes we have to be by ourselves. We have to be alone, and we're not meant to have children. I think that you guys are kind of like realizing that this traditional mindset or views is like a trap. You don't want to do it. You don't want any, like 555 on the clock again right now, where it's like this is something where you want, you're changing your mind about, like you don't and you don't really care what other people have to say about it. You don't want to be stuck in a relationship that makes you unhappy. You don't want to settle down just because you're supposed to be doing that. It's like you're changing the status quo. Like you're changing the way that you're just changing your views. Okay, like I don't think you're going to convince anybody else about your views. This is how you want to live your life. Or you could be like, maybe you're trying to like switch the roles, like where maybe you want to be like, if you're a father, like you want to be the one that stays home with the children. There is just something about switching like the norms. Anything else here? You're actually going to come into like some I love it. This is like such a beautiful energy for you guys, where it's like, because that you're not bowing down to whatever society thinks, that you're gonna like, you're completing a cycle, but not only completing the cycle, like you're gonna come into like more fortunate opportunities. Maybe you want to focus on your career. Maybe you want to like travel the world, or like do something that you normally couldn't do if like you were stuck to like your 9 to 5, like if you're married with children and you have to be at a certain location. And with the Empress, it's like you are making the right choice for you. And I feel like it's giving this like, I don't know why, but like I don't know if people look up to you, but like if they see you, like you're changing the way that people view life in general. 9 of Cups, like this is solitary. This is solitary energy, happiness, right? I mean, there is somebody else there, but like this is not needing the whole 10. Oh, we gotta hurry because my phone's about to die. And then we have the 4 of Cups. There are going to be people who are going to try to convince you that you're missing out. You're not. I think you know. I think you've thought about this for a very long time. This is not like a whim, right? This is something that you have been kind of very passionate for a while. And it's just like maybe people are telling you differently, but like you're not believing them anymore. Okay. Next we have Libra. Okay, we'll go back to this deck, Libra. Oh, man. Oh, what is going on? There's somebody here who's like ashamed of their past. I think that they have a hard time opening up. They're very like maybe used to being judged, so they don't really like to tell people what's going on with their life. I think that this person has been manipulated in the past about their past, right? So like let's say they opened up to their partner about something that's happened, and then that partner used it against them. And so now it's like, well, I don't want to tell them anything. Like, I don't want to tell my futures. Like, when it's really the past person, right, that should be blamed. But this person, if you're dealing with somebody who has difficulties opening up to you, this is the reason why. This person does think very highly of you, Libra. They think that you're like very beautiful, very, very strong. Like the sun revolves around you, right? They feel like you could do no wrong, even though that you can't really express yourself, or you don't really, well, I guess they don't express themselves. Maybe you don't express yourself either, but they do see you as, I'm hearing angel, like they see you as an angel. You brighten their days. Like, they think about you and like they just are, they get so happy. This person can have like dreams about you. Can we clarify this here? This person has a lot of baggage here where they need to work on themselves. It's like one thing to like have, like, I think this person maybe puts you on a pedestal a little bit. Can we clarify? Yeah, this person, it's easy to like think the world of you and like think so less of themselves. And I just think that's kind of like, when somebody holds you to like a higher like pedestal, like it can cause resentment, where it's like, oh, you just think you're so perfect. You never said that, Libra. They said that. And so sometimes when people can like hold you to like a pedestal, like you can do no wrong, you're human, like you're gonna make mistakes. And so when they don't acknowledge that, and then they can, a simple mistake where it's like you would give them understanding and grace, they can't give it to you because you're supposed to be this perfect human being when there's no such thing. This person, did you walk away from this person? I think you're trying like to decide whether or not you want to walk from this person. What are this person's intentions? They want to come back in and offer you a connection. They want to start again. But they have like this internal conflict. Ooh. I don't know if you want to like, this person, okay, yeah, they could have like good intentions or whatever, but I don't think they're ready, Libra, to like give you the kind of love or attention that you deserve, because they're not willing to like treat you as an equal. And while it might be nice to like be on a pedestal for a while, like sometimes it's gonna get exhausting, right? And you want someone to treat you as like an equal, like you want to grow with this person, you want I keep coming back to equal. You guys are Libra. You guys are the justice sign. So it's like the balance. Like you're not, you can sense the imbalance in this relationship. And that's why, while this person could have really good intentions, spiritually, it's not balanced. Hey, okay. Let's move on. Next we have Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, what do we have? Okay. So you guys could be dealing with two people trying to decide who it is that you want to be with. One person could have horrible communication, and then there's someone who's very, I don't know why you're there. It seems to me pretty obvious. You have one person here who is like, who has very like horrible communication, and then you have another person who's very compassionate and understanding. I don't know why you're stuck in this dilemma. What is it that I'll pull one card for each person? Can we get one card for this ex? And then one card for this new person. Well, you just have this person here who your ex is like they're still pulling on your energy. They're still communicating with you. So it's like I can understand why you feel like you have a choice. But then you have this other person here who I think that you have this new person that you've been manifesting in, like whatever it is that you've been maybe wanting out of this past person, you're now getting out of this new person. So I don't really think it's a choice. I think that your ex thinks there's a choice, like they're trying to convince you to pick them. But I think you're ready for like this healthy love, and like you guys created this. This is what you've been asking for, and it's been given to you. Anything else here? Yeah, your ex is still stuck on you. They're not quite convinced it's over between you guys, but that's a them problem. It's not a you problem. The 3 of coins. I don't know if like you guys have like the same friend groups or whatever with the ex, where it's like they're trying to find out, they are trying to find out information on you. They're not, with the 2 of Wands here, they still believe they have a chance. Maybe it's because you've been with this person for a very long time. I do feel like there's soul ties here. Like you guys have, I think you're over it though. Like there's just been, the damage is done. It gets to the point, or it gets to a point. Queen of Cups. This person just couldn't really communicate what it is that they wanted. And now that you found somebody, I think that you guys, it's kind of hard. I think that because you have so much sympathy and empathy for this person in the past that you don't want to let them down. But there is just like, you need to move on. You want something new. Okay. Hey, Jamike. Good to see you. You just made it. Oh my God. Did I say Sagittarius? That was Scorpio. Well, I'm just going to have to switch it because that was for, who is this for? I feel like this is a Sagittarius reading, so I'm just going to switch Sagittarius and Scorpio. Next, we're going to do Scorpio. Please relax. Okay, last one. Hayes can't go outside because she just keeps getting bit by ants and stuff, and so she feels like if she does it on camera, I'll let her do it, but no, it's not happening. Okay, Scorpio, what do we have here? There could be somebody here who feels like, oh, Scorpio, it's kind of a nice energy. I thought it was a nice energy. But the truth is, this person, I think that they use you as a crutch. You bring out their better half, and they appreciate that. They love that about you, and that's what, like, you bring out the best versions of themselves when they're with you. At the same time, it's like this person would not be that way without you. Meaning, if you're not with this person, they're not the best version of themselves. They just do whatever it is that they want. And that's kind of just like a glorified babysitter at that point, right? Where it's just like, okay, I remember this thing where it's like, it was this video, like this guy's mom was really horrible to him growing up. And she apologized later on, and he realized the only reason why she's apologizing is because she feels like there's an afterlife, and if she doesn't repent now, then she will be she'll go to hell or whatever. And he's like, it's not authentic, right? Where it's just like, if you're only putting on a show, if this is not your bet, like if this is not who this person really is, and they're only with you, or they're only doing this when they're with you, then that's not really who this person is. This person feels like you came into their life for a reason. I really believe this person wishes they could be a better person. But they don't have, what is it called when you really just like need to, determination, integrity, to do it by themselves. Can we clarify? We have the King of Coins here. Like, you really do ground this person, but they're not, like, I don't think this person will offer you commitment or can offer you commitment because they can't even be committed to being themselves. Oops. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. What do you think this is? And the Queen of Coins. Like, they do see you as like a match here, but it's like the Queen of Pentacles fell on the floor, where it's like it's a forced match. This person really has to work on it to be a match for you, and they're just not authentic. Yeah, no discipline. Anything else here? One more. The Magician. This person constantly like manifests you back into their life. Like you could be done with this person, but then it's like, no, I really want Scorpio back in my life. It's like, it's very Scorpio, right? Like death and rebirth. So like this person, I feel like they know that you love them, and that's why they're able to like pull on your heartstrings. Anything else here? Oh. I don't know why this, at the end of the day, you can't make somebody be the person that you want them to be. This person will, I don't want to say never, but at this point in time, they're not ready to be 100% how they are with you all the time. So I'm going to end that there because that was kind of complicated. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are still here, please make sure you like this video, comment, subscribe, share. I would really appreciate it. It'll be timestamped pretty soon. I'll be back on Sunday. I'll do a week ahead on Sunday. Love you guys. I will see you guys soon. Bye.